Did you know Andy Warhol had a piece called Conspiracy Theory back in like the late 60s or so? Interesting. So what does it even mean, conspiracy theories? Well, first of all, if you just take it at its word, like the plain meaning of the language itself, it just means breathe together or shared breath, in other words. So like it just means a bunch of people got gathered together and they shared breath. What's that about though? Well, you go into a room with another person and you're breathing the same air. That's a conspiracy. That's it. You can have a conspiracy without even talking, is what that means. But I think what we really mean when we think about a conspiracy theory is that people are sharing breath because they're talking. Like you breathe in and then you say a bunch of stuff. And then somebody else breathes in your words, man. And then they go, and they say a bunch of stuff. And there's this call and response, right? And there's the sense of like responsibility and answerability. You respond and then you answer, and you respond and then you answer, back and forth. And when you think about it, like, where does this stuff happen? You go like a smokehouse, right? Or like a cigar room, right? Or like an opium den. These are places where people go and they share poisoned air. And what happens when you share poison air? We all like hopped up on this or that tobacco or other kind of drug. There's a chance for deception. And if everybody's believing the same deception, where does that leave you? That leaves you with a deceptive understanding of the world. So to me, it seems like a conspiracy theory is less about like whether or not there's a nefarious plan to deceive other people than it is a revelation of the degree to which a group of people have set out to delude themselves, and in deceiving themselves attempt to deceive the world so that they don't have to deal with their cognitive dissonance. You know, have you ever been like, well, I don't know, drunk or stoned or like really just even sleepy? How about that? Just really sleepy and something happened and you didn't understand it. And you're like, this doesn't fit my worldview right now. Like if you're asleep and your alarm goes off, it's not crazy when you're not really awake to think to yourself, hey, you know what? I have a solution. Let's just reset the clock and then I'll get more time to sleep. You see, what you just engaged in there is a conspiracy with yourself. It's delusion. That's all. It's what we mean when we talk about conspiracy theories is less about whether or not a bunch of people are getting together and going like, pss, 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 plan, 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 pss, 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 evil villain, evil villain. Pss, pss, pss. It's about, hey, oh my God, that person is in deep separation with themselves and their relationship to God and their fellow man. They have joined some sort of clique, whether it's a clique of one or many, don't matter. And they're breathing in their own nonsense. They're drinking their own Kool-Aid. And that's actually how conspiracies actually work, though, by the way, is because everybody just believes the delusion that they have shared in the breath of God because they shared in the breath of the mob. The fundamental takeaway here is that you should be suspicious of people trying to tell you that there's no such thing as people getting together and believing weird shit and then going around trying to force that belief onto other people. That's literally what people do. So you should be questioning that. And in fact, that's what we're called to do, to not just sort of, it's kind of natural in a way. Left to our own devices, we're mean little rumor mongers. And we tell ourselves all kinds of crap so we don't have to deal with stuff that, you know, makes us sad or makes us angry or makes us ashamed. We're like, oh no, we're afraid. We're afraid of being cut, hurt in some way. Ow. Right? Or we're angry because somebody's trying to make us do this or not letting us do that. Right? Or we're ashamed and we just want to hide because somebody caught us being bad. Oh no, oh no, oh no. You can't see me, you can't see me. right? And so this is like that temptation. It's part of that temptation. We find a group that's also struggling with our sin. And we go, hey, I got this sin. And they go, oh my God, I have that sin too. And they go, oh, well, maybe, hey, if you have it and I have it, maybe we're just normal. In fact, maybe we're like really good. Maybe this is the way to be actually. It's very easy to deceive yourself and others, especially when you're in a group together, just going all like, oh, I rationalize this and I rationalize that, la 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 la. And really, it's just that easy to forget how to be critical, logical, and moral in your discernment. You have to try. Conspiracies are easy. I think they kind of sometimes do happen by accident. The will takes will. The mob takes emotion. The mob takes unwill. The mob takes silliness and thoughtlessness. But the will of the individual takes thought and effort.